Amangu ddala nga twakava mu kalulu k'omwaka 2026 kaliwo Januari nga 15 ebitongole n'amawanga ag'enjawulo gavaayo ne galaga obutali bumativu ku bikolobero n'effujjo ebyakolebwa wano mu ggwanga Uganda mu budde bwa kalulu, mu budde bwa campaign ne ku lunaku lwennyini olw'okubala akalulu oba lwe twalonda. Tebyakoma okwo, byatandika okulondoola n'engeri akalulu kano gye kaabalwamu akakiiko k'ebyokulonda akakulemberwa omukulu Simon Byabakama Mujenyi. Wabula, wayita ennaku mbale, European Union ng'omukago ogulimu amawanga agawererako ddala gwavaayo ne gulangirira nga akalulu ka Uganda bwe kaali null and void, ekiraga nti akalulu kano kaaliwo mu ngeri eyali emenya amateeka, engeri gye kaategekebwamu n'engeri yennyini gye baakalangiriramu ne gye kaabalwamu ne campaign engeri gye yatambulamu. Omukago guno gwa European Union gwavaayo ne guwakanya ebyo byonna ebyali bikoleddwa. Era bano oluvannyuma lw'okuwulira petition eyali eteereddwayo abamu ku bannamateeka ba Robert Kyagulanyi Bobi Wine, Parliament yatuula era ababaka bawererako ddala 2 n'omusobyo baalonda ne bagamba nti European Union ng'omukago akalulu kano kagobe era ereme kuwa recognition General Yoweri Kaguta Tibahaburwa eyali alangiriddwa Byabakama mu kalulu kano aka 2026. Ng'era enkola ya mwami Yoweri Kaguta Tibahaburwa bwetera okubeera buli mwaka, ayina abantu be abatera okumuteerayo akabega mu mikago nga gino. Ayinayo abali mu Amerika, bannamateeka abakukunava abatutumuvu ab'amannya. In fact, atuuka n'okufuna law firm oba abamu ku bannamateeka amakampuni g'abannamateeka n'agamaliramu obukadde n'obukadde obwa Uganda oba n'abafulumizaako dola mpitirivu okulaba nti bakuuma obulimba bw'atunda eri amawanga g'abakyeruppe. Kubanga akimanyi bulungi nnyo nti amawanga gano bwe gakola decision oba ne gagaana okumuwa recognition ng'akulembera eggwanga lya Uganda, olwo gavumenti ebe muyitidde emyaganya gy'engalo. Kati ayinayo omubbi we omukyala amanyikiddwa nga Marjam oba Marjam Black, gye buvuddeko kooli ye kigambibwa ati yaliikinga ku mikutu emigatta abantu. Bwebanga kooli eno yali ntuufu eyaliwo wakati wa Kahindo Otafire n'omukyala ono Marjam Black, mu kooli eno Marjam Black yali alaga obwennyamivu bwe yali ayina oluvannyuma lw'okubeera nti yabeera eri n'alobingira mwami Tibahaburwa ebyo byonna ebimwogerwako bifuuke olufumo oba bifuuke birabike ng'ebyobulimba, nga yali akukkulumira Kahindo Otafire ku ngeri gye Muhoozi gy'ateeka ebigambo ku mikutu emigatta abantu. Ekintu kino gye Kahindo Otafire yamwanukula amugamba nti byonna nga bw'obiraba ku mikutu emigatta abantu bw'abyogera era bw'abikola. Mu katambi ake era Marjam Black yayongera okulaga obwennyamivu ng'alaga nga bw'ayitiridde oba ye bw'abonyeebonye ennyo okulungiya erinnya lya gavumenti eno, ate nga gavumenti y'emu omutabani w'omukulu agikulembera ye akola bukubirire okwonoona. Era n'alaga impact Robert Kyagulanyi Bobi Wine n'oludda oluvuganya gavumenti ya mwami Tibahaburwa gye bataddewo mu mukago guno ogw'amawanga agali mu Europe oba giyite European Union. Wetwogera era wenkoledde vidiyo eno nga ebintu ebyenjawulo byolekedde okuvaayo era ebya General Muhoozi tebinnaggwa, wabula ate omukulu ono ayina olukwevu omwange ayite mu ffe bannayuganda okutula biddiiru bye nga yeeteeka mawulire mu kuyita mu kukola ebikolobero omuli okukwata abantu, okuwamba abantu, okutulugunya abantu, ng'ayina ekifaananyi ky'ayagala okuteekawo eri eggwanga lino. Nga tetunnabafuna akatambi konna, Girigori Mugisha Muntu avuddeyo n'alabula General Muhoozi n'amugamba nti toli wa kitalo, nange naliko omuduumizi w'amagye, naye ate mu budde bwange nga nduumira amagye abantu nabatulugunya kitono oba tewali na be natulugunya. Walibadde weekomako ne weefuga, n'ofuga omumwa gwo, n'ofuga ebigambo byo, okwewala ebinaddiira kubanga togenda kubiwoomerwa, togenda kubinyumirwa. Bigambo bya Girigori Mugisha Muntu mbirina ngera kubanga mbikuwa gye bujjakaawo. Naye nga tetunnaba kugendayo mu European Union emitawaana gyeyongedde. Omukyalo ono Marjam Black ajja ayitibwa, baali bamuyita agende abinnyonnyola era aluve ku ntono abuulira abantu bano ddala ebyogerwa ku mwami Yoweri Kaguta Tibahaburwa bituufu nga bwe biri oba bwe babifuna mu alipoota yaabwe. Marjam Black yabula era teyalabikako. Twaddamu okuwulira nga Tayibwa wano atugamba nti yagaana Marjam Black okulabikira mu lutuula olwa European Union Parliament bwe yali etudde okuwulira oludda lwabwe ng'aba gavumenti eya NRM, kubanga bagamba nti European Union erekedde oba epapya okulangirira akalulu kano nti tekaali ka bwenkanya nga tewulidde kiva gye bali. Era ne European Union teyakola era yateekateeka olunaku n'egamba nti olunaku bwe ruti ne bwe ruti Kyagulanyi ajja kubeerako ku mukutu ne Marjam Black akiikirira Uganda mu mukago guno gwa European Union abeereko ku mikutu oba abeerewo physically annyonnyole ebikoleddwa n'ebitakoleddwa bw'abaayo okuwaayo defense ku gavumenti eno agifayiringe era agiwe parliament eno ey'omukago ogwa European Union. Nkulayirira Marjam Black teyalabikako na guno gwaka wabula twabawulira kwewaana nga bagamba nti bamuyita batya abannyonnyole ki ababuulire ki. Akabonero akaali kalaga nti nno ebikolobero byonna nga bwe byali byatuuka mu parliament ya European Union bwe byali bikolebwa ku bannayuganda. Kakati mu lukwe luno lwennyini lwengenda okuteerayo General Muhoozi Kainerugaba ayagala okuyita okutunda erinnya lye kuba yategera nti bannayuganda bamubodde, bannayuganda bamutaddeko embeera etali ya bulijjo. Mu vidiyo eno eri mu Lunyaanyimbe naye kantandike n'ey'Oluganda egenda okunnyonnyola nga tetunnagenda mu ya Lunyaanyimbe. Vidiyo y'Oluganda aliwo comrade agitukompayiringidde ng'atulaga obukodyo General Muhoozi Kainerugaba mwayita okwagala okwetunda ng'ate ffe bennyini baateekayo ng'abagenda omuteerayo akabega eri bannayuganda abalala. Therefore bannamawulire bannange bwe tuba tukola eggulire tulambulule era tunnyonnyole ebintu nga bwe birina okuba oba nga bwe biri mu kadde kano ke tulimu kubanga abantu bano they are taking advantage ey'okubeera nti beeteeka mu mawulire ate ffe tubayambeko promoting ekintu kyabwe indirectly ng'eri waliyo ebikutula. Kati wulira olukwe lw'okulabika nti beerungiya mu European Union ndyoke nkomewo nkuwa ebigambo bya Girigori Mugisha Muntu ne bya comrade byayogedde.
There's a video I've shared on my page that has to do with the Marjam Black, who is the representative of Uganda appointed by Museveni in the European Union as a permanent Ugandan representative in the European Union. Her name is Marjam Black. She is she's born and raised in Netherlands. She's a Muzungu, but she married a Ugandan general one day, a general in Museveni's army. That is how come she's relevant to the politics of Uganda. The fact that she alone, plus other players who come in and there, here and there, have been the ones protecting Museveni in the European Union or the ICC or the United Nations with her presence right dead center, because she speaks the language, she's European, she's easily listened to, whatever she makes up is almost, for the most part, they will accept it. So Marjam Black is she is I've met her personally before. I believe she was born in Netherlands, or she's a national of Netherlands by birth, but was married to a Ugandan general. Those years when the Musevenis came, I think 1994 or 1990 is when her husband died, and then she continued relations with the Ugandan government and Museveni. That's how come she is a appointee of Museveni to the European Parliament, to the United Nations, because she's from there and she knows those people and she can influence things in their home, change the narrative, change the language, all of those things that woman can do. And Museveni pays her handsomely, and she has been in this position for more than 20 years, maybe 30 years or so. She has really been in what she's doing, trying to make sure for now that Bobi Wine's stories or whatever Bobi Wine says is irrelevant. And that is why the ICC cases are delayed for the, as the human rights violations happening in Uganda are all delayed. Some of them don't even make it to the courts where they should be. Some of them are not even heard of. But that time that His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu was called to the European Parliament to explain what is truly happening in Uganda, that is one of the times where the European Union opened their eyes to the facts, because Marjam Black was just filling those holes with lies. Every time there's an accusation on Museveni, she goes and puts whitewash and cleans it up, and Museveni starts to look good. So Marjam Black has been Museveni's guard in the EU, in United Nations, in ICC, because she's born and raised in the Netherlands. In Europe, she's perfectly placed to keep swatting all these things about Museveni. And Museveni pays her more than the lobbyists who she pays all over the US and other places to protect his name. So in the video, Otafire is speaking with Marjam Black, and Marjam Black is asking if Bobi Wine has an arrest warrant on him in Uganda. And obviously Otafire says, no, there's no arrest warrant. Meanwhile, the tweets of Muhoozi keep saying, I want to behead Bobi Wine and so on and so forth. So Marjam says, but even if you say that, there are tweets from the so-and-so, the drunkard, that keeps saying that otherwise, that Bobi Wine is wanted and this, that, and the other. So Otafire says, that one is just a drunk. Instead of giving him food, they give him alcohol. That is why he's always a wet brain, always saying things. But Otafire dismisses the facts that Bobi Wine is wanted, or His Excellency is wanted by the Museveni government. Truth is, though, that Museveni's government wants Bobi Wine like yesterday. They want him, and if they could lay their hands on His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, there is no saying if he will ever see daylight. So they want to get him so that they can deal with the consequences of Bobi Wine not being there. That one they want to do, and they will try their best to do it. But obviously, as God has made it, it is impossible for them to do. Because Bobi Wine, if he were to be gone, he would have been gone in Arua, which is the time I started following him and started believing in him. And Marjam Black is very dangerous to Ugandans who are being violated under this government, because she makes sure that those cases don't see daylight, or that they are whitewashed or cleaned up and Museveni looks appropriate. She lives in the Uganda house, one of the Uganda houses that is in Europe. I believe it's either Brussels or Netherlands. That's where she lives, and she conducts all Museveni's whitewashing and dirty deals to make Museveni look clean, no matter what Museveni has done. Marjam Black is a hazard, is a danger to Ugandans who have suffered atrocities under Museveni's regime. Her job is to clean up everything we claim Museveni has done. In fact, in the video, Otafire tells her to go and tell them that nobody wants to capture Bobi Wine. Nobody. Like, it's a surprise. So they agree to say that Muhoozi is a wet brain. He's drunk all the time. And so his tweets mean that do not have any legal basis to say that there is no arrest warrant for His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, but that this drunkard just tweets things, all, whatever the case might be. Why Muhoozi is all over the media and all of that. So we all know that Museveni is worn and torn and tired. The guy is exhausted. Issues are not ending. Every day something new about Museveni, this, that, and the other. Janet is gone, dead and buried. He just doesn't know how to exist in this conundrum without the exhaustion. As nature would have it, he is on his very last leg. So Museveni has, in a meeting a few days ago, he just cursed and said, you people, I am tired. Why is it always something? Why is it always something? I am tired of this media thing. So Muhoozi said, let me come on and help you phase out your name, so that my name can be the one that's being talked about. Hence, the fact that Muhoozi is all over the media, arresting so-and-so, doing this to so-and-so, doing that to so. Even if there's reasons to all those things happening, he's keeping the media action-packed with him and not his father. So Muhoozi is just the rosy glasses before his father, so that we don't ask what is happening to Museveni or Janet or whatever, or Ebola, okay? When the Oboth brought the military law that the court-martial UPDF Act in the parliament, there is a part of that law that stipulates that a CDF of Uganda will eventually, or can eventually, become a president of Uganda. Because before I mentioned, they had considered putting Muhoozi vice president, such that when his father goes away or whatever happens to him, he takes over. Naturally, that would be the natural process, which happens all over the world. But because we talked about it so much, as I said, when we say things, they don't do it as we said it. So they realized that Ugandans have known about that, so they had to find a different way. And the different way has been that in that law that Oboth brought to Parliament, in the UPDF Act, there is a part of that law that states that a CDF, which is Muhoozi, will or can become a president of the country in the space of a coup d'etat, which a coup d'etat is part of their plan. Okay? Even if it may not happen obviously, you know, because all of this triggering that Muhoozi is doing, calling everybody, calling the Kabaka this, calling this, he's trying to cause havoc. He wants Ugandans to boil and end up on the street so he can clear them in the form of a coup d'etat and come up on top as that act stipulated by Oboth before he became speaker. And this seems to me like a gift to Oboth because of what he did in that act to prepare a way or pave way for Muhoozi. So, in essence, all of what Muhoozi is trying to do, this is except covering for his father, he's trying to get Ugandans riled up enough to step on the street so that he can clear them, cause a coup d'etat in an organized manner, and have him take over as president, and then bring about the old opposition that they've all along worked with. Obviously, the Segonas, the Mpugas, the so on, Lukwago is in all of this. All of what he's doing and saying and acting as is part of the big idea. UPDF Act benefits the Musevenis. It benefits the NRM people. It is a hidden gem for them to seek transition when the time comes. In form of a coup d'etat where Muhoozi becomes, as a CDF, lawfully a president of the nation. And that is why Muhoozi is causing riling up everyone, causing Lukwago to be upset. I don't know, his wife to be upset. I mean, I talked to my close relatives yesterday and they're saying, even Lukwago has been taken. I said, yes, those are all a game ploy to try to get to what they want to do. So it is not that they surely are, they're well intended for Ugandans. No, everything they're doing is to make the old opposition relevant so that when they do the coup d'etat, when Ugandans are upset enough and go to the streets, they can then come in as the new government effortlessly. With a lot of Ugandans obviously having lost their lives because they're not going to spare them on the streets. So Uganda, if indeed there is a rise, wait until the president, His Excellency Kyagulanyi Ssentamu, guides you to what needs to happen. Do not fall in. Do not give them a destiny. Do not give Muhoozi the destination that he's looking for. Muhoozi is looking for you to get upset enough, get on the street, and he can kill all of you, and then show up by law, such as in the UPDF Act, well suited to be the next president of Uganda. Be very, very, very careful. Even if it is time to do it, be careful because they plan a coup d'etat as soon as somebody says something. Imagine Muhoozi coming up and insulting the Kabaka of Buganda. You know darn well that he's looking for people to get upset enough to come on the street in defense of the Kabaka. Then he can do away with them like grasshoppers.
Weewaawo. Ebigambo ebyo bibadde loud and clear. Kati njagala tufune ebigambo bya Girigori Mugisha Muntu eyaliko adumira amagye g'eggwanga lino aga UPDF. Bwati bwalabudde mutabani wa mwami Yoweri Kaguta Tibahaburwa ng'entabwe nno yavudde kuki kwabadde kuvubibwa kwa Lukwago. Oluvannyuma lw'okuvuba Lukwago, abantu ab'enjawulo baavuddeyo ne bakola reaction. Ye Girigori Mugisha Muntu bwati bwayogedde ku mbeera eyo era n'amulabula nti tebakulima nti gwe yakasooka okubeera jeno oba gwe yakasooka okubeera komanda w'amagye. Ffenna tuduumiddeko ku magye gano wabula tetwakola bikolobero gwe bye weenyigiramu. Amaanyi yonna gy'ogajja Mukama y'amanyi. Naye nga njagala nkuweeko reminder entono titudiringa n'omuntu eyereeta mu bantu ne bamuboola. Tudiringa n'omuntu eyeekaka ku bantu ne bamugamba nti nedda byonna ojja kubikola naye ffe tugambye nti no tetugenda kubaako kye tukuteekako oba yadde okwogerako. Kati mu buli ngeri atu creating the environment nga ye yalina okukola amawulire kubanga addidde abaffe bennyini n'abateeka mu katu. mu buli ngeri ng'akimanyi tuteeka okwogera ku baffe baatadde mu katu naye tumuteekemu. Girigore Mugisha Muntu bw'ati bw'agambye katumale ofuna ebigambo bye.
Can be arrested. Arresting is never the issue, whether justifiably done so or not. Normally it is the method used. I mean, we're in a country where we had hoped that we would see sanity prevailing in terms of the political culture in our country. So if any of us is to be arrested, there is police. Police is the legitimate arm of law enforcement. One, initially you can summon a person. I don't think any of us, when they are summoned to go to where the CID headquarters is or wherever they summon, that any of us would say no. I would like to believe, for example, like if Honorable the Lord Mayor Elias Rukwago had been given a summons, that he wouldn't have gone to Chiburi or wherever he would have been summoned, and if there was to be an arrest, for an arrest be done, and then the due process of the law to be followed. That's what needs to be done. And I would like to call upon the colleagues who are in government. Really, these are not partisan issues. These are national issues. These are issues of building a culture. Because I keep saying this, let me repeat it. Today you are in power, tomorrow you are not. Then what happens? What do you desire to see happen when you're out of power? Because that will happen down the road. As day follows night. Change is a constant. It's an immutable law of nature. It's an immutable law spiritually. So we would like really to urge those who are on the side of government. Whatever has veiled your minds or veiled your faces to some of these realities, rethink. We want sanity in this country. So tomorrow when you're out of government, the culture that you'd have established is the very culture that would be even influence those who would be in power. Anybody who is going to be arrested for whatever reason, that they are summoned. They are taken to court and the due process of the law is followed. Not to do that is being short-sighted, and I think it has almost reached the levels of insanity, the way I look at things, the way they happen. Because if you've already used wrong methods, you've used the army to arrest, then why humiliate a person? Abaganda bagamba nti bw'omegga toluma. Why? Why would you have to humiliate another person? Would you want to be humiliated in the event that you're out of power? Which will happen down the road. That's one thing we should know. At least those of us who participate in the fight. We've always known that, leaders come, leaders go, governments come, governments go. That's one aspect. Second aspect, as I conclude, countries to be stable, long-term, need to be built on institutions. Not any of us as individuals. We are human beings. Today you are alive, tomorrow you are not there. None of us is going to live forever. So the stability of the country needs to be built on institutions. So one thing I would like to raise here, and I really hope that Honorable Amama Mbabazi, I also see the minister, a cabinet minister, Honorable Kasolo, put these issues within the internal institutions of the NRM, in SEC or whatever other decision-making organs that you do have. You see, the army needs to be immunized, and the country also needs to be protected. We've always tried the best to ensure that the army remains separate. That while it has levels of political consciousness in the officer corps and in the men, that it should not be partisan. Two, there is a law in our statute books, and it was purpose of protecting ourselves, not only for now, but even for the future. Now, any officer, mostly when we went into the multi-party dispensation, that any officer in uniform who wants to engage in politics should get out of uniform. That's what happened, actually, in 2004. I was in uniform, I retired. I remember Honorable Museveni retired at the same time, Honorable Kahindo Otafire, Honorable Muhoozi, including General Museveni, who is the president. We all got out of uniform, and then we went into different parties. So now there's a dilemma in the country. Like these issues which are happening, the institution to which they could be taken to discuss them and see how we can resolve them amicably and maintain stability would be Parliament. But you have an outfit which is under a military officer, the CDF himself. PLU, I think, is the political formation. And then you find a speaker and a deputy as members of that political outfit. We really have to be very careful. Let's not play with fate. I have said before, let me repeat it. You people who are in government, you need to go and study particular laws critically. The law of cumulative effect and the law of unintended consequences. These laws are not managed by anybody. They are outside our control. They have got their own life. When they kick into action, things happen. So please, discuss these issues. Resolve them. General Muhoozi wants to go into politics, let him get out of uniform. And then the speakers, if they want to go join his party, if he starts a party, let them go join a party. Then we know that the speakers of that party, the current arrangement is not acceptable. Because we're a country of 47 million people.
Sound stewardship requires transparency, accountability, and strong institutions. You have a responsibility to strengthen the institutions entrusted with managing Uganda's petroleum revenues and sovereign wealth assets. Future generations must inherit not only depleted oil fields, but also robust national assets, strong institutions, and sustainable sources of prosperity. Windfall revenues should not be squandered on short-term consumption or projects designed merely to satisfy immediate political demands. Rather, they should be invested in durable national capacity, investments that enhance productivity, competitiveness, and long-term economic resilience. The third pillar is the eradication of subsistence poverty. While Uganda has achieved significant macroeconomic progress over the years, many households, as we all know, remain trapped in subsistence production. True national transformation will occur only when economic growth translates into improved livelihoods for ordinary citizens. The benefits of the emerging oil economy, including local content opportunities, employment creation, entrepreneurship, infrastructure development, and value chain expansion, must reach the everyday Ugandan family. The measure of success will not simply be growth statistics. It will be whether families can earn stable incomes, educate their children, access quality health care, and participate meaningfully in the money economy. Honorable members, if I were to summarize your responsibility in a single phrase, I would describe it as pragmatic stewardship and generational wealth building. You are trustees of a finite resource. You are custodians of an inexhaustible national asset whose benefits must extend far beyond the present generation. You are bridge builders between Uganda's past and its future, between subsistence livelihoods and an industrialized, knowledge-based economy. You are champions of accountability. You are champions of anti-corruption and institutional integrity. The success of Uganda's transformation will depend not merely on policies and plans, but on the ethical standards with which those policies are implemented. I wish to make a special appeal to the Muslim members of Parliament gathered here today. One of the great strengths of this gathering is that it brings together Muslim leaders from different political parties, I believe, different regions and different perspectives. Some of you serve on the government side. Arunda is one example. Others serve in opposition. I don't know an example. That diversity is heresy for democracy. Yet, there are moments when the interests of the nation and the welfare of our people must transcend partisan divisions. Uganda's transformation requires unity of purpose. Listen to one another. Respect differing viewpoints. Seek common ground. Present a united front whenever the national interest demands it, particularly on issues of development, poverty eradication, education, youth empowerment, and ethical governance. Political competition should never prevent collaboration in areas where the future of our country is at stake. Finally, as Muslim leaders, you carry a dual responsibility. You represent your constituencies, but you also serve as ambassadors of Islamic values. Let integrity guide your conduct. Let honesty shape your decisions. Let compassion inform your policies. Let justice define your leadership. That people should see in your actions the values that Islam teaches: trustworthiness, humility, service, fairness, and accountability. If you uphold these principles, you will not only serve your country well, you will leave behind a legacy that future generations will honor and remember. May Allah grant you wisdom in leadership, courage in decision-making, sincerity in service, and success in fulfilling the trust that has been placed upon you. May Allah bless Prince Kasim Nachibingi Kapunguru for his continued leadership and service. May Allah bless the Muslim community, and may Allah bless the Republic of Uganda.